Hello, everyone.
Hello, we're
Wel-
back.
Welcome. So, I'll just let you show what you're going to work with, and then I'll show what I'm going to work with, and then we'll just get started.
Okay, well, I'm going to be working with the Craftoween kit. I know it's not available anymore. It went so fast, it was unbelievable. And I'm working with days 5, 7, 8, and 9. A spider. There's my little spooky spider. I don't know, you can't really see it.
Good morning, Jim.
Yeah, right there. And then the set of books, the mug, and then a little monster. Those are my 4 that I'm going to be working with today.
All right. And I have got the Beautifully Imperfect set from Spellbinders that is new, and it's got a distressed, I don't know if you can see it. Let's use this bigger piece of paper here. It has a distressed mixed pattern. I don't know if you can see it very well, but it's got like some leaves. It's got some boxes, some numbers, like a postage stamp type thing, some florets, a little bit of wording on here. It's just a real variated 3D embossing folder there. And then they've also got with this set the crackle paint. And so this is a fun embossing folder. I don't know if that's the best color to show it in. Let's see if I can find something darker maybe. Let's just use 2 pieces of this. I think this will show it better if I do it this way. And you can see it's kind of a distress. So for those that like, kind of some distress type cards or whatever, these are really fun. And then it has a butterfly splatter, which you can use. And this is a press plate. So I'm going to be doing some pressing today. And then in addition, you've got another press plate. I don't have the name on this one. I thought I cut them all. Anyway, and this one's really fun. So we'll press that. And then this is super fun here. Hey, Wendy. Sorry.
Hi, Wendy.
Welcome. Anyway, this is the Tangled Threads, and this is super fun. This creates a faux stitched element that you don't have to do any stitching, and it's really cool. You've got a tangled thread here, and you've kind of got the, just a squiggly thread here, like, if you'd cut it off, and then you have the die, 2 dies that you would, punch your holes, and then you die cut the paper out and you lay it on there and it'll create like a stitched look. So it is really fabulous. We're going to use it today. It'll be fun. And then I also have a deckled edge script glimmer plate here that is just newly released. I don't think I'm going to work with this today, just depending on time. I don't think I'm going to turn the glimmer on, but we're just going to get working with this. So Daria's going to be, probably cranking out some cards, and I'm going to be doing some techniques here because we've got these different things, and hopefully I'll be able to come up with a card in the end. I think I'm probably going to use the flowers from this essential envelope everyday add-on. You'll see this tomorrow. It's going to air on my channel with the envelope, and we're going to make 2 cards with it, but I might pull in some of these flowers here as well to create some focal points. Anyway, so that's what I've got, and we're just going to get going. So I see Janice saying hey to Jim, and anyway, so I'm going to get my, what am I doing? My press plates. I think I'm going to use some craft cardstock. I'm going to actually use this piece and start with it just because I'm making fall, I'm doing the fall part. She's doing the Halloween, I'm doing the fall part of the video. And so I thought it would be fun to just use fall colors. So that's what I'm going to do. And this has sentiments that go with it that say imperfectly beautiful and embrace the mess. Ooh, embrace the mess. That's me. That is me.
I realized I didn't cut something out. Oh, well.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
So my press plate is well loved. You can see it's got all kinds of marks on it and everything because I use it. I love it. I'm just going to add some different colors of glue down here.
Yeah, I just washi taped some acetate on top of mine, and it keeps the magnet is just as strong. It keeps it just fine, and keeps it nice and clean.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What you put acetate over it and put washi.
And I hold it down with washi tape. And
That
when the
is
washi
so
tape wears out, I
smart.
put new washi tape on.
That is so
I
smart.
mean,
Maybe when I get a new plate, I might have to try that. I'm just putting a bunch of different colors down on here just to see what happens. I don't know, the two browns kind of look similar, but we'll just see. I've got bark and tawny brown, and I'm using mulberry and saffron, and just bringing in some different colors. I think it'll be fun. And I tend to kind of swirl on mine. You have to make sure that you don't get any hairs, but that's what I tend to do to mine, is just kind of swirl it around. And I guess since this is mixed media, if we don't get every bit of it covered, it's okay because it's, supposed to be a little messy.
yep.
So,
That's one thing about mixed media.
yep.
Doesn't matter.
Perfectly imperfect.
Yep.
Just like this set's called.
Unless you're like me and it just turns into a hot mess.
That's me. I said this last night. The anthem of most crafters is what Jim says. Love all the fancy names for the colors. Yeah. I've got a strawberry here too, but I chose not to use that. Anyway, so try and lose some of the sticky on this so it doesn't tear my card when I go to take it off. Oh, mercy. So all of the materials are linked in the description box below. If you see something you want to check out, you can do that. Now, like Daria said, her Craftoween kit is not available. I did check and it is gone, which, we're kind of closing in on that
Yeah.
season. So just give this a press. Let's take a look at it and see what it looks like.
Yeah, I found this fancy paper. It's like
Oh, that's fun.
yeah, it's black flocked, but the background is kind of almost like alcohol ink background type of
Oh,
thing.
okay.
And then
Okay.
black flocking on the top. And I said, oh, that's good for Halloween.
Now, this turned out really fun. I like it. Now, I did
Yeah.
not have
Oh,
the cotton
cool.
paper. I just used the regular Spellbinders cardstock, and I didn't have the cotton. So, the press is not as deep as you would get with the cotton, but I think it looks really cool. So that is super fun.
Okay.
I'm just going to work with all of these things and we'll see what happens. Now, see, my paper is tearing. That pixie, I used to never have problems with pixie tape, but
I don't
it is
believe
tearing. I don't know why.
Because of course I cut out the piece of paper that had the code on it and who it was made by and everything else. So now it shows.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to
Boy. All right.
clean this off.
Let me see. I may be jumping up and down. Well, maybe I'll fix it later. There we go.
Where's my rag? There it is. Okay, so we're going to clean this off. I really like this. That's really cool.
I might even be able to do mixed media with something like that.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. I'm trying to decide. I'm going to go ahead and clean it off. And these are the BetterPress inks, and they generally do stain the plates. So that was alcohol that I used on there. And sometimes I use vinegar. This is vinegar here. And sometimes the vinegar will take it off a little bit more. But it does generally stain them. So I'll be able to tell the next time what colors I used on this when I when I did it. Anyway, so let's go ahead and, since we have this here, let's go ahead and press the butterfly as well. And we'll just take a look at all the things. Mine's probably just going to be techniques more than anything, but how many of you guys in the chat have the BetterPress? Let's see, what's, oh, Janice saying hi to Wendy, and Abner heard y'all's voices and came running in, jumped on my lap and is staring at the screen. Well, I'm glad that we can be entertainment for Abner.
Yeah.
He's a cutie.
Is Abner a cat or a dog?
It's a dog.
Oh,
He's
okay.
a dog, yep.
Because my cat usually follows Shanna's hands.
That's hilarious. Oh, what color do I want to do this in? Well, we're doing fall colors, so I think we'll use this. We're going to use this color here. This is Spellbinders. And I could tell you the colors. Okay, so this was fawn. And then this is beeswax, is what that is. So we'll use it. And I'm thinking I want to do that mulberry again. I think that'd be pretty. If I can get a good press with that, I think that would be really pretty. So, and some more of that tape. I'm sticking it on my shirt and trying to get some of the fuzz from my shirt to keep it from tearing. It drives me nuts. I need to get something different. Even my pink pixie tape is doing it, so I don't know what's going on. Are they not making tape as good as they used to anymore? Okay, Jim, you have the BetterPress. Do you use it a lot? I know a lot of times people say, oh, I have that. I never got it out of the box or whatever, but I like it. I think it's fun.
I like the BetterPress. Actually, I like the BetterPress better than the Glimmer.
Yeah.
It's easier to use, and the results are usually
Yes.
perfect.
Yes. Welcome, Jackie. Glad you're not that late. We haven't done much.
Hi, Jackie.
So you haven't missed much. Anyway, I've just BetterPressed a plate with the BetterPress, and I'm going to do this butterfly splatter here in the mulberry. And I can see I've got right there. Occasionally Jim uses it. Okay. Well, I forced myself. I think I told you guys this. When Spellbinders this past year asked me what kits I wanted, in addition to the ones that I was already getting, I said the BetterPress and the Glimmer. And I did that specifically to make myself use the machines or whatever you want to call them, the product or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I thought if I have to, because when they send you the product, you have to make so many projects with it. And so I knew, if they sent it to me, it would force me to drag it out and use it more often. So I'm really glad I did that because it makes me use it. Plus, they've got some really good product. So let's see, do we want to let's go ahead and throw one of these sentiments down there at the bottom. And then we can cut it out or whatever. I'll go ahead and use this mulberry. And we'll just stamp it up. So anyway, I did that intentionally so that I would use my stuff. And I try to use it. I mean, these things they cost you money, so you need to use them. We will see how this looks, these colors together. And sometimes I didn't do it on this one. I should have. Sometimes I go back and forth, but I didn't do it on this one. So this time I will. See if we get a better press. You can do it. I think it says to do it once, but I've done it twice before, and I usually doesn't mess it up. Now, sometimes if it's got some pretty hard like dots on it, it might poke through your paper if you do it twice. And I think I'm seeing a little bit of that on here, but isn't that pretty? Look at that.
Oh, wow.
That's really pretty.
That is really pretty.
I could have, the center, I could have put a little bit more ink in the center, but it's perfectly imperfect. So, and I think using my shirt, oh, no, we got a little bit of pull on there, but the tape came off a little bit easier. So that's really pretty.
But you're gonna have to make at least one card, Shanna.
I am. We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah.
How are you doing? Show me what you got. I'll take a minute and
So far, I've got this spider here.
hang on.
Oops.
There we go. Oh,
And
fun.
basically you open it up. He's let's see if I can get this. He's wobbly.
Oh, that's fun.
And
So,
then
tell us
oh,
how
when
you
you
put that in there because I wasn't paying attention.
basically I cut out this first. I just glued the paper on the on the outside so that this part would be not glued down.
Uh-huh.
And then I took basically the boxes from the wax seals. That plastic is really nice. And I
Uh-huh.
cut a little strip and attached it to the back of
Oh,
the spider and then slipped it into the between the paper and the card base.
very
And
smart.
then
Very
there's
smart.
this one, which I could glue down to the bottom, but I want someplace to be able to write something. So I just leave it flapped like
Uh-huh.
this. So when you close it, it's still got the background there.
Uh-huh.
But when you open it, he's loose.
Uh-huh.
He wobbles, and then you can open it further, and you can write a message inside the card.
That is super fun. That's super, super fun.
Yep.
Linda Tomaine Creates says, oh, that card is adorable, Daria. And Wendy says that's cool. Very cool. Yeah, excellent. Okay. Excellent. So very nice. So Daria told me, just so you guys know how we work together, that it was my turn to be prepared. And she's the one getting the cards done. Good morning, Yvette. Glad you could join us.
Morning,
Glad to
Yvette.
see you. Hope things are going well with you. Don't get to chit chat as much with her as we used to. So good to see you. I know she's just doing some, I think, intermittent stuff with KCC now, where she was on the team all the time. I know, she's taking care of her mother and, things get busy and we have things to do. So I'm glad to see her. All right, now what am I doing here? The butterfly splatter actually I grabbed the sentiment from this panel and put it on there, but the butterfly spatter actually had some other sentiments. Celebrate in your own way or your own style. And then what does this one say? Sometimes they're hard to read on here backwards. I don't know what this one says. I can't read it. I'll have to stamp it out. I didn't print I was having trouble with my printer, which is kind of frustrating. I got a new one of those eco tanks, and I'm having trouble with it. So I'm not happy about that. Anyway, so printing my cover sheets for these, I didn't get them all done. As you know, when I get stuff from Spellbinders, they just send them to me on these cards, and I don't have the pictures. And so I have to go and print them if I want to use them. And I didn't get these printed, so I apologize for that. Anyway, so we've got these, and I got to figure out how we're going to use them on our panel. And I want to use this because this is super fun. So let's go ahead and put the BetterPress up. We've pressed a couple things, and I want to do some type of a stitched edge. I'm going to figure out how I can work this. I think I'm going to cut it down. We'll cut the sentiment off and get it to a reasonable size so that we can layer it on that panel. I think it's really pretty. Okay, so we got our sentiment off of there. And we're basically just going to take off the top and the bottom because this press plate is as wide as an A2 size. I mean, it's that wide, so we'd have to do something like that. And I hate the fact that I'm gonna cover it up. So maybe I might want to do 2 different cards, and I probably, if I did, I probably
There you
didn't want to
go.
cut that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do I want to try and fussy cut around that? I think I could. Let's do that. Okay, I'm getting wild here.
Uh-oh. Look out.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm just gonna kind of, because I just want to scale down the panel a little bit. And I don't know if I'm gonna like it or not. I may hate myself for it, but you know how that goes. So it's another beautiful day here in Indiana. I don't know how your weather is there, but
It's wet and rainy and cold and yucky and bleh.
oh, is that so now see today is another day that we are actually wearing shorts.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah. I Pat keeps track of the weather. I don't. So I waited to see what he put on, and I said, "Oh, so we're wearing shorts again today?" And he's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah, well, with
Uh,
Jim, I can't do that. He'd wear shorts in the middle of winter, so.
well, yeah, my brother is like, but my brother is a huge, huge man, and I don't know. He wears shorts almost the entire year. Um, he's a big dude. Hopefully this is going to work all right. And I probably could have been really, I could probably de-stress the edges of this to kind of go with that beautifully imperfect theme, kind of rub my scissors along there and rough it up, but go down a little bit more and over. And I was telling Daria before we went live here, my little Spellbinders detail scissors that I would fussy cut are still missing. I
Yeah,
did find one pair of my scissors did resurface, but the detail scissors have not resurfaced yet. So,
well, that's why I was using my color bugs. Same story. They're around here before.
and I mean, I have crawled around on the floor and I have looked, behind all the things and everything. And I have concluded that they're in with a project that I probably was working on and put parts away, and probably the scissors had been set down with the project. And so they're stored away somewhere, is my guess.
You hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still looking for my pokey tool.
Yeah. I had ordered a second one because mine was lost, but now I have 2 pokey tools because it immediately, as soon as you click the buy button, it resurfaces. So that's just
Well, it wanted a friend.
Murphy's Law. Yeah.
Well, my pokey tool, I mean, I've got this one, which is fine. But for some things I needed, it's basically a pergamano pen.
Huh.
It's a paper piercer. So it's got a needle sharp point on it. And it's very nice. But
Jim
what?
says air tag for the scissors. And my Jim, my family would tell you that I have to have air tag for everything because I'm
Yeah.
constantly going, "Where's my phone? Where's my glasses? Where's my keys?"
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh my gosh, Shanna." Oh, and side note, I think I mentioned to you guys that we went to that concert to Montgomery Gentry on Friday night. It was girls' night out. My sister and my girlfriend and I went. And before we went, I don't think I mentioned this on the live, but before we went out to dinner. And so we left dinner. We went to the Mexican restaurant. We left and we got to the concert venue. And I realized that I had left my jacket, my jean jacket at the
Oh,
restaurant. So I called them and they said, we'll put it aside for you and you can get it. So I actually went back the next day and got it. But I mean, that's kind of the story of I don't know, I might be all right. I kind of like the saffron showing there, but I think we could probably go ahead and use this together. But we need to add some things to it. So we will do that. Let's go ahead and
okay, I'm
trim
gonna
this
call
down.
this one done.
All right, let's take a look at it.
Okay. It's it says
Yeah.
Creeping It Real this Halloween.
Oh, that's fun.
It's part of
Okay.
the stamp set, the Craftoween came with stamps and with these sequins, which are
Okay. Oh, those are fun.
yep. And then, like
Cool.
I said, when you open it up, the spider wiggles
That's
in the
just fun.
center, and then you flap it, and then probably need to put a sentiment on the inside. See what I mean about having
Yeah.
that? Yeah, I'll have to
Yeah.
figure out somehow to cover it up.
You need just like a strip of that paper.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea.
That's what I would do. Just reintroduce that paper in there and cover that up.
Ah, good idea. Thank
There you
you.
go. You're
That's what we
welcome. All
craft
right.
together.
All right. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, sometimes I couldn't craft if it wasn't for the chat. Because the chat is real good at making suggestions and well, I don't know. Sometimes when you're, I'm gonna blame the lives and stuff for it. Sometimes when you're live, you can't see the forest for the trees,
Yep.
and so when you've got somebody sitting there watching you, and they can say, "Oh, do this," and it's such a great idea. So that's good. Okay, so I want to bring in. I want a strip of color or something. I don't know if this is too much. That's not really good cardstock there, but I think we want to do this and somehow, yeah, let's make a strip for the side. I'm going to take this cardstock here and make 1-inch strip if I can get it lined up right. Because I like these. I'm trying to stick with the fall colors. And I'm going to take, I think it's this one, and I'm going to lay it on here. And we're going to create a faux stitched situation. Now, I don't want it to rip, and that's what's ticking me off. Let's try, I'll tell you what, let's use let's use the Empress, and we're going to rely on the magnet and not use the tape because I don't want to rip it. It's annoying me. So we're going to use the magnet on here, and hopefully it'll stay still and stay in the area. And then I'm going to need to use this piece here. This is the stitched piece. I have got to move that guitar behind me. I don't know if you guys can hear that echo that I hear. I
No.
had put that acoustic guitar behind me, and the hole in it is creating like an echo in here,
Oh,
and
wow.
it's driving me nuts.
Well, it's
So I
doing
need
what
to.
it's supposed to be doing, you know?
Yes, it is. You're right. Completely. And I'm going to do the same with this. I'm going to bring in, we're going to have some brown thread is what we're going to have. I'm trying to keep with all these colors. I think I can do even a smaller piece for this. All right, there we go. So let's see. Different perspectives are always helpful. Yes, with the lives, yes.
Yes.
I caught Linda and Denise bull crafting late last night. I know you wouldn't see it, Daria, because you get
Yeah.
to bed early, but I had taken a nap yesterday before my live. And so I told them I was glad to, I'm glad they did a pop-up live. And I was
Oh,
glad
okay.
because I was wide awake because I had taken that nap. Jackie says, I recently received some Craft Perfect dye tape. It works great without tearing the paper. Craft Perfect dye tape. I'm going to have to remember that because I need to get something that works.
Well, that stinks. I cut the wrong
Okay.
color out.
All right, now here we go.
Oh, well.
So see, this creates your holes. That's fun. And then this creates the stitch. And so you're going to lay it down in between there. That really gave a press. I don't know, maybe that metal shim in there was not necessary because it really pressed it. But look how cool that is. I'm going to go like this.
I'm
I'm
missing
like that.
something.
Look at this. Is this cool or what? So you don't have to sew
Oh, wow.
and you've got a stitched edge. I love
Oh,
it. Okay. Very cool. And there are two of those. This one is kind of closer together, and then the other one is wider apart. So if you want like a broader stitch, and it's kind of wonky because this one starts off really like a tight stitch and then it gets wider. So that one's really, I guess, kind of fun and like the imperfect part of it or whatever. So I love that set. Very cool. So I've linked it in the description box below. If you guys like to have the stitchy look and you don't want to stitch, you can certainly get that. And it is awesome. Jackie says she loves it. Yes, it's very cool. Now I do a little bit of stitching occasionally, not a lot. Now I do some of the stitch dies and stuff that Spellbinders has, but I have been known to sew on a card a time or two, and it's always fun. But um, I gotta get my sewing machine out and set it up, and because I don't, I don't sew regularly enough anymore to actually have it out, so I have to drag it out and set it up, and so this is really handy because I've got my die cutting machine right next to me, and I can just crank it out really quickly. I think I'm going to get a card done, Daria.
all right.
So I think I'm going to surprise you.
Yeah. And this is what happens when I prepare in the evening. Realize, okay, this isn't good. Lost a piece cut it out in the wrong color,
Uh-huh.
See, I'm not an evening person. My brain shuts down after 6 o'clock.
Yeah, I think T has said a time or two that when we were doing the live slots, she always wanted one of the earlier ones because I think she says the same thing, that by evening she's toast. So it's not uncommon. All right, so that's going to add just a
It
kind of a
happens
pop
with
of.
older ladies. Because I think T and I are about the same age.
Is she? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I love that. Now, last night I had that set, that martini set, and I know, not everybody likes the martini glass or whatever, but those sentiments with that set were just hysterical. So fun. I loved them. They were all referencing older women troubles. I thought it was super cute. Now, this tore a little bit, which was annoying to me. So I'm gonna have to trim it down. I think I'm gonna use, this is a new set here too as well. This is called the Linear Touch Rectangles and Tags, and I love their nesting sets. I think they're super fun. Well, this might be too, cut it down too big. I'm not sure would this cut away enough of it to get rid of that? I don't think it will. I don't think that's gonna work. So let's just go ahead and trim it down. Can I get that edge off of there? What is that? Okay. And then, so we're gonna go down 5 1/4 on this, and there we go. All right, there's that. We're gonna bring in some brown to outline that. I think let's eyeball this. No. Just looking at all my colors. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, but I am going to get this out because I love my Spellbinders cardstock, and I'm going to make it last. Make sure that'll work. It will. So we'll just get this out and we'll have the panel for something else later. That's what I like to do. So what little bits and bobs are you working with right now?
I'm working with books and candles. and trying to get the flames on right straight.
Okay.
But now I got to figure out how to put it together. I'm glad they have pictures
Yeah.
on there.
And I will mention, I know not everybody knows this, but Spellbinders does have like an assembly sheet for a lot of their dies. Not for that one, I bet.
No,
When you get like the clubs and the special kits and stuff, they don't always have, but for their regular core line, a lot of times, if you scroll through their pictures, you will find, yeah, I like that. You will find a page that shows you how to assemble. And that is very helpful when you've got all the little tiny pieces parts. And so that's really, really helpful.
yeah, like
So,
that Fritz the Nutcracker. Oh my goodness. And even the one that came in the stitching die, this Stitchmas this year,
uh-huh.
for a little tiny die. I think it had like 19 dies in it. And it's just a bunch of little pieces. I mean, it looks great when it's put together, but
Uh-huh.
it's tedious.
Yeah. Some of them are.
Okay.
That's kind of my area. I was talking with Jana, and hopefully she doesn't mind. Jana is an excellent colorist. If you guys
Yes, I
watch
know
her,
she is.
she is. And we were talking about just kind of styles and the channel and different stuff like that. And I told her she's my Kelly Taylor. And I said, you need to, work with the products and stuff that Kelly works with because she's such a great colorist. And that's when I said I was the messy. I'm the messy crafter. But and we got done talking and she was like, "Oh, thanks," and everything. And a little bit later I texted her. I said, "P.S. If you get to be Kelly Taylor, I get to be Tina Smith." Did I say that last night on my live? I don't know if I did or not, but anyway,
Oh, that's cute.
because Tina, I watch her every morning and she kind of speaks to me. And in fact, she used this dye this morning and I thought it was funny because I already set up the materials that I was going to use, um, in the description box and scheduled this live and I already had it in there. And then I got up this morning and she was working with it and I was like, oh, good. I told Daria, I said, I got to watch her work with it so I know what I'm doing before I get started. So that was nice. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this laid down. And this is just the finest frame. And I'm using all Spellbinders cardstock, so it's good and thick, so you don't have to worry about gutting out the center and there being a gap or a hole or whatever. I know, Daria, you've said that you never worry about that either.
I just what?
You just use, that you don't worry about the holes. You do that. You
Oh
do
no,
that
I
too
just
sometimes.
like I said, unless the paper that's going on top of it is super thin,
Yeah.
you could see the dent. I
Yeah.
I don't worry about it.
Yep. So this card base is a little bit off, so I'm gonna go ahead and trim it. And this is some heavy Nina Solar White heavy duty, so I'm gonna have to crank it to get cut through that. Oh, there we go. Got it. Because it was double ply there. All right, this is pretty. I'm gonna put some foam tape on the back of this and pop it up. And I think it's really fun.
Okay. And this card number 2 is taking longer than I anticipated, which is fine.
I've lost my sticky scissors. Where are they? There they are. They're underneath this pile of stuff here on my desk. Move my coffee so I don't spill it. This would be a fun piece to use on your card as well. That is super fun. It just looks like I might have to consider
Oh,
using that.
yeah.
I just saw that sitting there. I was like, wow, that is fun. That would be neat on there too. So we might have to look at that before we get carried away. What's going on in the chat? Let's see. Oh, I did it again, Jim. I'm such a loser. There you go.
That's okay. I don't mind being in the background. I'm good.
So Jackie loves a stitch dye. Jackie says, I'm most creative early in the day. I usually wake up around 4:15 a.m. I think Dario gets up early like that too. What
Yeah,
time
I
do you get
woke
up?
up at 4:30 this morning. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'm usually an early riser as well. Now today, not so much. Um, I've kind of, when I had the boys, I was definitely an early riser because I had to get up and have coffee and have some me time before I was ready for the rambunctious boys. And so now they're off to school, and their other grandma is just basically taking them to and from school. It's like her turn. And anyway, and so now the last 2 weeks Pat and I did that because Grandpa over there had hip replacement surgery. And so we, for the last 2 weeks, have been doing it while he's kind of getting, back on his feet and everything. Because he's home there with them as well. And so, anyway, but I was thinking about this before I put that in. That is super fun. Might have to use that on something else. Anyway, so, but then that was just, taking them to school. And then Gunnar gets out early. And then he would come home and with me, I'd pick him up and he'd come home and take a nap so I could get some stuff done. But so I have been sleeping in a little bit. I guess I said all that to say I'm sleeping in a little bit more now that I'm not watching them every day. But because Pat's like a night owl and he likes to sleep in, likes to stay up late and then sleep in. So I'm kind of, I guess, adapting to his style is what I'm doing. But anyway, whoops, a little bit too long there. Right there.
Keep fingers.
Let's see. Jana, I ordered 2 packs of the 12 by 12 will cut down perfectly. Oh, her Spellbinders cardstock. So you're going to use the 12 by 12. So how are you going to cut that down perfectly? I'm interested in hearing. I don't usually buy the 12 by 12. I buy the 8.5 by 11 is what I use. Yvette says she's usually up by 5 to make her husband lunch for work so I just stay awake and head straight to my craft room. Yeah, it is fun. And I like, when I do get up, today was a rarity for me to sleep in like that. But when I do get up early, I do like to go straight in and start in the craft room and see what I'm going to do for the day and get working. I was talking to my sister a little bit about, the channel and, the product and stuff that I get. And she was watching, I was showing her some things, like the computer things that you have to do. And she's like, man, there's a lot to that, and I said, yeah, I said, it does take a good bit of time.
That's why I don't do it.
Yeah. Not just, because you do your video and you do your editing and you upload that and everything, then you have your description box and all that, and then all the product that you're linking up and all that, it just does take some time. And then I track my analytics and stuff. That's what I was showing her. I was showing her some of that. And let's see, I think I want to, I'm going to use these big scissors. Actually, these have kind of a weird serrated edge on them, so I think they might create a little bit more. I'm just going to rough this up and kind of make it more perfectly imperfect. Just make it a little bit more rough and fit the card. This is probably a little cleaner than others would do mixed media, but I'm more of the plain and simple or the clean and simple, so I guess it matches my style or whatever. I'm just roughing up this sentiment. So, yeah, it does take more than people realize, for sure, Yvette. I mean, it really, really does. 1 6 by 12 for larger dies or card bases, and then 3 pieces of 4 by 5.5. Okay, that's how you're going to cut it. Worked in your head, it worked out. Well, as long as it worked out, that's all that matters. I do think cardstock matters. I really do.
Yes.
And I know, it can be expensive, but I do think it matters. And when I'm doing my Spellbinders products, this that I'm making here is one that I will, snap a picture of and I'll load it on the Spellbinders website as one of my projects. But when I'm working with theirs, I try to use their cardstock. When I'm working with Love from Lizzie, I try to use hers that she gives me, and so on. But anyway, so there, I put a little rough edge around that. I think that looks good.
Okay, I'm going to call this done now because I put the stickles on and I don't want to touch it.
Okay. Well, that you can do.
Yeah, this is,
Inevitably, I will mess up when I use the
yep.
stickles. I'm going to touch it. I'm going to mess it up. So I have to do that too. Just lay it aside and move on.
And it's way aside. There.
There you go.
I can't touch it now.
What have you got going there? You got
Oh,
another
this
one?
was the one with the books. And I used one of Kendra's sketches from KCC 20
Fun.
for this one. And just finished it up, and that's a Spellbound.
Very fun. I think this one is done.
Oh,
And
nice.
I think it's very fall-esque.
Yes, I like all the stuff you put on there.
Yeah, I think it's fun. So
Nice.
let's see. And you know what I could have done? I could have used this crackle paint and put behind there, and I didn't. So are you going to make another one, or you
Oh,
want?
yeah, I have another.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Well, then I will press on is what I will do.
Okay.
And I've got some bits and pieces here, and we'll just kind of throw some stuff together with what we have and create some kind of another card. I'm going to use this crackle paint and 3D embossing folder. Try and clean up, give myself some room to work here too. I think we'll go ahead and emboss both of these just so we can see them. That will be fun. Maybe we'll do it with this. Let's use this. Okay. So I think Denise, is Linda still here? I think Denise was Bone Tired Traveler. I think she was getting ready to leave for a cruise, like right. I think it was. If I understood, I don't know. I was kind of half watching, half dozing, or whatever. But I think she was going to leave for a cruise right after their live or whatever.
Oh, nice.
So I don't know if Linda's still here. She might have popped out. Maybe she's got a live or something going on. But anyway, but
I like what the steam looks like a ghost for the cup.
uh-huh.
It looks like a little ghost. I think it's cute.
That just reminded me, I have got a Pink and Maine little Halloween coffee cup that I came across the other day that was super cute. I need to get out and work with that. Jana's saying hi to Yvette. Trying to find my mouse. Oh, uh-oh.
It's really hard to see the indents in glitter cardstock. There you go.
Look at this. That's cool. So you've got like these dashed lines and florals and numbers, and it's just a really cool embossing folder. Kind of gives you that mixed media look there. Very fun. Let's go ahead and do the crackle with the black.
Okay, didn't realize the hearts are two different sizes, so they have to go on a specific spot. Okay.
And here's that panel.
Okay.
Very cool. So they've got some really neat new 3D embossing folders right now. If you guys are in the market for that, those are fun.
I really like their embossing folders, the size and everything.
Oh, yeah, they're
emboss
awesome.
so well.
I've got the makings of a card here. We just need a focal point of some sort. So I think I can get a second card made.
All right, great. Okay, that goes this way.
I wonder if we should. Oh, don't mess it up, Shanna. I'm thinking. Don't mess it
Hey,
up.
it's mixed media. You can't mess it up.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna go for it then. Yeah, gather twigs maybe. I don't know. Gonna add some color to the raised edges with my vintage photo. Hopefully it'll be all right. That's my problem. I with mixed media, you just go crazy or whatever, and I'm too like,
Yeah.
keep it inside the lines, don't mess it up. And that's kind of stifles your creativity when you do that. So I shouldn't do that. So there we go. How do we like that? Now we've got a little bit of color on there. I think I should have gone with the red. And I almost did, and then I changed my mind at the last minute. Wonder what this will look like. Oh no, we're gonna mess it up.
No, you're not.
All right. I'm just gonna add a little bit of both. We'll have some different colors on here. There we go. We got kind of a splotch there, but okay. Have you gotten any of that rock candy stuff from Tim Holtz, the big chunky stuff that he just rolled out? I thought about ordering it, but I haven't.
No, I've got some other stuff that I've had for years and I don't use it. So
Yeah, so you're like, don't waste your money. You're not going to use it. It's not your
right,
jam.
exactly. So I mean, other people, I think that's great that they do, but it's not something that I use.
That's okay.
Okay, and marshmallows and the steam. And the bat.
Hopefully I get this to lay down on there with all that embossing.
Wow. Okay.
I've got a gnat. I've been, a gnat problem has been going on since we started canning.
I think that's like,
And I keep talking about, and I keep having them. I don't know why they're in my craft room. There's not food in here. But they seem to be all over. Well, anyway, yesterday, and the canning factory is now closed. Pat has closed his little factory. And I went to Dollar General because they had in the ad on my app, they had this gnat spray. And I thought, oh, I'm going to get that. I'm so tired of this. And so I got it and I sprayed it yesterday. And it's like a peppermint. It says it's safe for animals and kids. And I sprayed it and it has a real strong pepperminty flavor to it. In fact, I even cracked the windows because of, and maybe I shouldn't have, maybe the smell or whatever, but so I sprayed it pretty good in the kitchen and in here even. And today we still have them, so I don't know. I'll spray it
like I
again.
said, they may be fruit flies and not gnats.
Well, this particular spray listed gnats and fruit flies. So
okay.
it did list both. So, and I don't know the difference between, but what was interesting, because we don't generally
Fruit flies
have
don't bother you. I mean,
what?
fruit flies are annoying, but they won't, bite you or do
Yeah,
anything else.
these don't. But as I was checking out, the gentleman that was checking me out said, what is this stuff you got here? And I said, well, I've got gnats or whatever. And he said, we've got them extremely bad this year too, and we've never had them. I'm like, okay.
Oh,
So it must be just the season or whatever for it or whatever. So this one kind of looks Halloweeny with the orange and the black. I just got to get
there you go.
something else to add to it. I'll have to trim this down a little bit. See, there it is. And it's, when you're trying to do a video and you've got like one flying, it's like embarrassing. It's like they're thinking, what is she living in a dump or what? Do you know what I mean?
She's living in the country.
Yeah, it's like, our house is really clean, I promise. Anyway.
Gnats don't care if it's clean or dirty.
Yeah. Well, and T had posted on her Instagram a picture of, she has stink bugs and they drive her nuts. She screams on her live. She'll shout out on her lives. And it's hilarious. But she had posted a picture of one, and I was like, oh, I said, we've got gnats, you know. So anyway.
Yeah, we only have boar beetles. Boar bees.
Really?
Yeah, they look like giant bumblebees, but they actually bore into wood things, which they started boring into our gazebo, so we had to do something about that.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No, no, no. I feel like I want to bring my butterfly back in. I don't know. Do you have do with that? I talked about using this set, so I think I will real quick. And we'll die cut some of these flowers out and we can use them. I've got some colors here that we can work with that I cut down. Let's see. Last night I cut a panel too. Cut a panel out. What did I do with it? I've got a frog in my throat, so I apologize for that. Cough, cough, coughing. We're just going to use these two colors and die cut out all of this, and we will ink it up and add to our card, and we will have a focal point. All right, there we go.
Getting rid of my glue worms, just like Janice says.
Yeah, I never heard that until I heard her say that. So. All right. So I think this is it's the truffle cardstock. And then we've got, what have I got there? That is the Tuscan, I believe. There's some yellows that are really close together, and it's kind of hard to remember what's what. And I think the orange is the carrot. I'm trying to lay this on here so that I can actually have a frame that I could use if I want to. Try to make the most of it. All right. We'll get these die cut out. We're going to have a centerpiece. I'm going to have two cards done.
Well, I think I might get this one done in time too, so.
I wish that I had taken that vintage photo and kind of went around the edges of this like I did the cinnamon. I think that would have been pretty. I think it's a little bit late for that, but I just thought of that. You know how you have afterthoughts after you make a card? It's like,
Yep.
oh, woulda, shoulda, coulda.
Then you make another card.
Yeah. Yeah, I made that, I referenced that Simon Hurley set last night, the ski lodge.
Ah,
And I
yes.
made that one. And after I got done, I thought, I should have brought in that cuckoo clock add-on with the wreath.
Oh,
It had
there
the
you
Christmas add-on and put a wreath on that door. And I had all of these ideas after I made the card and filmed the video. So I need to just kind of set and stew on things instead of just diving right in. And you know what I mean? I have a
Yep.
tendency to dive right in and just go at it. And I probably would be better off if I would stew on things a little bit and come up with some
I'm usually a
ideas.
dive right in kind of
Yeah,
character.
that's what I do. So we're gonna have a
I know people
flower.
have sketchbooks and
Oh
this
yeah.
and that, and I can't be bothered.
It's playtime. All right, so I do have, bring some orange in with this. We're gonna just get a little bit, we're going easy. Not trying to be too difficult here.
Yeah, all my little spiders are made out of black suede paper, so they're fuzzy.
Oh, that's fun. That is a great idea. That's a great idea. Just gonna ink up my leaves a little bit. Very fun. Well, I got a little brush. I'm gonna do that. I don't know if ground espresso will show on the edges of this or if I need, yeah, it will a little bit. Yeah. I'm getting a little bit of dark color on there. There we go.
Okay.
Let's add something. That's fun. Of course, in Indiana in the fall, our leaves are all different colors. So that's what I'm trying to do here is just, they have.
Yeah,
each of-
here too, they're orange and red. We've even got some purple ones and
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah.
orangey
Okay.
red and some bright reds. And
Ours will have orange and green and brown and all the colors on red on the same leaf. So kind of fun like that. All right, we're gonna just pop these parts up and add a focal point. I need a sentiment. I'll have to find one of those. Where is my tool? My poking tool. There it is. I thought it had gone missing. I did try to take a minute last night after I got done with my live and kind of throw some things, put some things away so that it wouldn't be a total mess this morning when we got ready to go live again.
hey, you don't want to see my room.
Oh, mine's messy, but I tried to get a little bit of organization going on so that we could function this morning. Now this one actually lines up with this on the paper, the sheet, the packaging, I should say, they don't have them lined up, but I have a tendency to line them up. That one goes with that one. Let's see, our chat has gone quiet. Don't know what everybody's doing. Maybe they're crafting along or doing something fun.
Fun? Yeah, I've got a spider coming out of the skull's eye, so
Oh, do you?
yeah, in the pattern paper.
Oh, that is so fun. Very creepy. The boys are liking going. Excuse me. Let me get a drink of coffee here. I've got a frog in my throat.
Yeah, Addison's going as Taylor Swift.
Oh,
Why am I not surprised?
well, what I was going to say is they have enjoyed going around on the golf cart, and the town has gone crazy with Halloween decoration. I don't know what's going on, but everybody has 20-foot skeletons in their yard, and I mean it's just crazy. Well, anyway, the boys have enjoyed riding around on the golf cart looking, and they'll say it's spooky. It's
Yeah.
spooky, Nana. I'm like, yeah. Gunner is going as an astronaut, and evidently his costume came in the other day, and he put it. Courtney let him put it on, and she sent me a picture, and he was ecstatic. Oh, you got to go eat breakfast. Well, enjoy your breakfast. Jackie's cleaning her craft room, and
Yay.
Jana
Jack.
is coloring quokkas. Jana, you need to send me. I told Jana she needs to color some quokkas and send them to me because she can color them far better than
I
I
know
can.
she can color so well.
Yeah. So anyway, so he had on that little astronaut costume and was just grinning from ear to ear. The boys are big into the planets and the solar system.
Okay.
They love it. And so he was just in hog heaven with that on and
I
looks so
really
cute. So that's going to be fun for him. I don't know what Westy's going as. I'm not sure what he's going as, but she didn't, evidently his didn't come in, or
Paul's
because she
going
didn't send me a picture.
one of some kind of a dog.
Oh, yeah, that's cute.
And then, like I said, Addison's going as Taylor Swift.
Oh, that's funny.
And it's funny because she was watching football with her dad, and I forgot the Bills were playing the Chiefs, I think. And so she put on her Taylor Swift and her Kansas City Chief t-shirt.
Now, does she date? Who does she? Is she one of them that dates a football player?
What was that?
Taylor Swift. Is she one of them that dates like a football player? Or?
Yeah, it was, Kelsey, whatever.
Oh, okay. See, I don't keep.
Yeah,
I don't keep track of that. But
basically, Addison says that the Chiefs are Taylor's team. So.
Oh, okay. All right. That's how she's justifying it. I see. Fun.
So during the Super Bowl this past year, it was a house divided because her dad is an Eagles fan and she's a Chiefs fan. So.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Okay.
I don't really, I will sit down at times and Pat will have it on. I don't follow sports. I followed sports when my kids were sporty in school and stuff, but actively, because I love watching them and cheering them on and everything, but I don't do it anymore. Okay.
I follow the Bills and Penn State. That's about it. And Penn State football. I don't watch any other sports.
Oh, yeah. He's always been a sports fanatic. But I try to avoid TV as much as possible. However, I have been watching the Halloween cooking wars, or whatever that is, where they're doing the Halloween, whatever that is, on Food Network. I do like to watch that in the fall, so I have been watching it. So I have got 2 cards. I don't have a sentiment ready for this one. So I'm looking to see what I'm
finishing these up.
I know I have some sentiments that are already, I think, did I put them in this? No, they're not in there. I had some orange ones all ready to go that I had done previously. If I can locate them, I'll add a sentiment to that. Where did I put them? I had used this set and it had all of these and I did them in orange and it would be perfect. And I saw them earlier. And that was when I was cleaning up and I don't know where I put them.
That's what you get for cleaning up.
Yep, it is. It sure is.
My husband amazed me when he took notes. I mean, it was all over. It looked like scribbles all over the paper.
Uh-huh.
One day he went into the office and he calls me up and he says, I need a telephone number off my notes. And I looked and I said, are you kidding me? And it was, yeah, it's in the lower left-hand corner, sideways. And I mean, he described exactly where he put it. And it was right there.
Gosh.
And I said, oh my goodness.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
To be able to recall that. I can't remember what I ate for lunch yesterday. I don't know how I can do that, but I'm still looking. All right, I think what we're gonna do is,
and I've got other cards that I want to show everybody my favorite card that I made with this set.
okay. All right, let me put you on the
favorite, but it's my favorite.
All right, I'm gonna quit looking for, let's see, Halloween Wars. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. So Jana, she had to eat breakfast. She had some high protein yogurt to eat.
Oh, okay.
And that sounds good. I'm hungry. We do brunch on Monday, so Pat will be rolling in here. We'll be heading out for brunch, is what we'll be doing. So Janice says she loves Halloween Wars and Halloween baking. I love that. And then I watch the Christmas. I don't know what it is, and the Christmas on the cooking channel too. They do. I don't know if it's Christmas cookies or Christmas Bake Off challenge or what it is, but I watch that as well. But otherwise, I kind of stay away from the TV. So, all right, except for YouTube, of course. So I'm going to put you on the big screen.
Okay.
I've got to move you. Hang on.
There we go.
And there you go. And let's just
Okay.
see your cards, and then we'll show
Okay.
mine, and I'll
This
have
is
to
my
find my
spider
sentiment later.
card. My first one using the spider.
Yeah.
And then this was my second one. No, this was my second one with the books.
Yeah.
And
Very fun.
and then this is my third one with the mug.
Yeah. You've got all these fun shapes. You've got the circle, what is that?
Yeah,
Hexagon.
hexagon. Yeah, hexagon.
Yeah. And then the other one has got the squares. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fun.
But this is my favorite that I made. It's the coffin.
Uh-huh.
And then you pop it open and there he is. He jumps out of his coffin.
That is super fun. Now you had some other ones. You want to show those too, or?
Oh, sure. I had fun with this set. I've got the little skeleton boy.
Uh-huh.
Well, this is a mixture of, the puppy dog and then using the ghost from the Craftoween kit.
Uh-huh.
This is bottle of poison, the flowers wilting, and the frog's eyes are lit up.
Oh, cool.
And then here's another one with the friendly ghost.
Oh, that's fun. Got a little chain link type thing on there.
Yep, yep. And this is
Oh,
it's like
that's
this.
fun.
Yeah. It's with the books.
That's really cool.
And then the flower. This was for a challenge. It had to be all these colors plus leaves. And I said, okay, there's leaves.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, you did a good job.
And then there's this one. It says, enter if you dare. And you pull off the belly band. And there's our little Frankenstein on the wobbles.
Oh, that's fun. Super, super fun.
So yeah, I had fun making these. Now my sister said, now you'd have to mail them out. You've got so many.
Yeah, I do. The Halloween I do send to the grandkids. So the ones that I make, they do. And I like to mail them. I want them to have something in the mailbox. I think that's fun for kids. I think it's something that, gosh, it's kind of dying
Thank
to
you.
mail cards and stuff. And I hate that, but
Thanks, Jana. Yes, I love wobbles too.
all right. Well, those are fantastic. You've made good use of that set for sure. I keep thinking about that advent calendar that's been sitting behind me for,
Jim
oh,
hid
how many?
mine again.
What?
He hid mine again. I handed it to him when I got it, and I said, put it somewhere.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I have had mine setting on this display beside me, behind me, so that when I do my lives and stuff, people can see it sitting there. But gosh, it's been sitting there for months. I can't wait. So I guess the anticipation is building up.
Yeah,
So
but
I'm going
don't
to go
forget.
ahead and switch screens. And I've only got two,
Yes,
but I think
those are amazing.
what?
Your cards.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. So, you know, really just techniques because I didn't have anything planned or whatever. So I just used what I had. So we used that press plate and created our background. And then we used the die, one of the dies, or actually two of the dies, the two that go together for the stitching, which is super fun. And then the butterfly splatter, used that, and we did the embrace the mess. And I just kind of roughed it up a little bit and put some ink on there. And I think it came together pretty easily. So these press plates, you can have, a lot going on pretty simply by just pressing a couple of panels,
Those
and
are
you've got a
cool.
great card. So this is the fall portion of the live. Daria was doing the Halloween portion. Jim is reminding everyone the thumbs up. I appreciate that, Jim. I always forget to mention. Also, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would love for you to do that. So thanks for that. So here's this one. And then this one kind of with the black and the orange kind of brings in the kind of Halloweeny fall theme. And I just used the two new 3D embossing folders that are listed in the description box, and layered them up. And then I used the scrap from the thread. Just saw that. And because I had cut it down straight before I die cut out my piece, it made just a perfect strip that I could use on this one and just kind of have some fun with it. And so I
Shanna,
thought that was fun.
did you color that embossing folder? Because
Um,
it
this
looked,
one,
yeah.
yeah, I started off with, I think, the carrot cardstock, and then I actually took, it was gathered twigs that or yeah, gathered twigs that I rubbed on there. And then I didn't like it, and so then I came back and I used the lumberjack plaid, and you can't see the stark red,
But it
uh,
looks
but
great.
it did add to it, and I did
Yeah.
like it. So I did that and just kind of added some color to that. And then with I brought in the flowers, and then I took my ink pad and just rubbed across the edges and did that just to add some color to the leaves and the flowers. Didn't even use a blending brush or anything, just kind of real roughly did it, kind of quickly. Now I do need to add a sentiment, and it looks like I need to trim off the top of this because I've got a little bit of my card showing through there, but I think it's really pretty. And so I can just grab whatever sentiment I need and add it to that. So anyway, Jackie says she really likes the mixed media cards.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jim said, I wonder how your card would look landscaped.
Oh,
So that could be fun as
yeah,
well.
that's pop.
It does turn my 5 sideways, but in mixed media, that doesn't matter.
Plus,
So
Spellbinders embossing folders, you could probably put the paper in the other way and still get it right side up, even if it's
yes,
like
you absolutely could. Yeah, but from a mixed media standpoint, they stamp
right.
everything everywhere, and everything goes with it. So there we go. We'll let it like that. That'll kind of satisfy Jim's question. And I think they're super fun. So I'm glad that we're able to get back on schedule. I know
Yeah.
that, I think next week we're good.
Next week
And
we're good, and then the next week my husband signed me up for a leadership conference, so
yes,
I will be away from home.
yeah, and I think I'm open unless something changes. So next week we're going to work with some of our club kits, some of our club pieces come later. The things that I purchase from Spellbinders comes later than the things that they send me. And so I will have some club pieces that are going to come in. And I know Daria, she gets the caboodles kit. So next week we'll be working with club. We've already decided that she wanted to plan ahead so she could get ready. So we're going to do that. So anyway, um, maybe the butterfly. Oh, you mean if I'd have done the butterfly that way? Yeah, that could have
Oh,
been cool too.
oh,
Yeah,
okay. Just flip the butterflies so it's
yeah,
right side up, but other than
yeah,
that,
yeah.
yeah.
Yep. And sometimes I forget to, so I appreciate you saying that because sometimes I have a tendency to do the portrait style and I forget. It, a lot of times, what'll drive that is the size of whatever I'm working with. And I'm like, oh, I got to turn. And generally, that's only when I think about doing landscape. So I need to think about doing landscape more often, Jim. So thanks for that suggestion because that definitely is a great suggestion to think about doing and not kind of getting stuck with doing the same thing all the time. So anyway, we're going to let you guys go. It's 11:18. We've been on here for looks like an hour and almost 20
20
minutes.
minutes,
So
yeah, and I
yeah,
have to
so
get ready for lunch with my grandkids.
and I'm going to go have brunch. We call it brunch with my husband. So I hope everyone has a great week.
Yes,
And hey,
absolutely.
hey Denise, you're just catching the tail end. Are you heading out for a cruise? Are you there yet? Or because I talked about a little bit on the live that I caught you and Linda last night and that I thought you were going on a cruise. Are you heading out now or are you'll be watching replaying with your grandson today? Okay. Did you have a cruise that's coming up? We'll see if she responds and then we'll let everybody go. 2 more weeks. Okay, I don't know what made me think that you were getting ready to go like today or something, but anyway. All right, October 27th. Well, that'll be awesome. All right, well, we're going to wrap up. Denise is going to watch the replay while playing with her grandson. So have a great day, a great week, everyone, and we'll see you soon. Now, I will be working with new product this week, so you want to check out my channel. So
All
we
right.
always cruise on Halloween. Fun. I bet that's a
Wow.
fun
And
cruise. Okay,
do they decorate the ships for Halloween?
let's see what she says. I
I'm
bet
sure
they
they
do.
probably do.
I bet they do. They probably
Yeah.
have some fun. Let's see what she says.
Yeah, our neighbors around here that have those, 20-foot skeletons, they dress them up for all occasions. They dress them
Oh,
up for Easter, for Christmas,
oh, do
you
they?
know.
Denise says they do decorate the ship for
Oh,
Halloween. So I
nice,
bet that is super
nice.
fun. Super
Yeah.
fun. And the kids trick or treat, and there are costume contests.
Oh,
Very fun.
oh,
You
fun.
know what, Denise? I think my sister and I did go on a cruise, on one cruise on Halloween, or maybe it was I think we were on a cruise for Halloween now that I think about it because we contemplated costumes for the kids. So I'm pretty sure that we did actually have a cruise on Halloween and I've just forgotten about it. But anyway. All right. Well, we're gonna head out here and just tell everyone to have a great week and we'll see you around in all the crafty spaces. Thanks for joining us. We
All
do
right.
appreciate it.
Bye,
Take care.
everybody.
Bye-bye.